G'day YouTube, Warbles on a lot here. And I think I'm going to have something of a channel update, because yesterday when I woke up I had a look on my channel page. It said I had 1,996 subscribers. This morning I had a look and there was a different number there, a number I didn't really think I was going to reach before Christmas. And the number was, after yesterday's 1996, we have 2,003 subscribers, 916,164 channel views. And as you can see, I've laid in a small store of something special with which to celebrate. Because it's a little bit special, I'm going to drink this from a glass. Here we see the front of the cold bottle, bedewed with condensation. Bearing in mind that the 8% alcohol per volume is possibly one of the more important parts, as well as the flames on the end of the ginger moustache. But it does say it's 3.2 standard drunks to the bottle. And here's their cutesy poo sales blurb. The roots of Ginger Joe, sparkling. The gingerable brew in your thirsty mitt is inspired by Ginger Joseph Stone, mustachioed London greengrocer and illustrious founder of the noble House of Stone. Legend says Joe was fanatical about the tantalising taste of the ginger root, Latin Zingiber officinale, and that his first dip in the ginger, circa 1740, produced a tipple that literally singed the tips of his tash, an image now immortalised on this very bottle of feisty, thirst-quenching Ginger Joe. Isn't that a lovely bit of marketing jism? Okay, so let's open a bottle of this stuff. With actual thunder and lightning in the background. There we go. The deed is done. Ginger Joe. Strong enough, so the legend says, to burn the hair off the tips of your moustache. Right, and I suppose, seeing as I'm drinking ginger beer made by the Stones Company, yeah, that's nice. But there probably should be an accompaniment to drinking anything made by a company called Stones. I suppose you could probably blame, I think it was Bob Dylan, for singing "Everybody must get stoned." So yeah, why not? 2,000 subscribers, 2,003 actually. And I've somehow picked up 7 subscribers since yesterday. All through the month of November, my subscriber accretion rate was 2.36 per day. And I just picked up 7 in 24 hours. All through October, it was 2.1 per day. Month before that, it was 1.76 subscribers per day coming on and staying on, because sometimes it goes up, sometimes it stays flat, sometimes it goes down. Somehow my subscriber accretion rate has doubled and doubled again. Whereas I used to get a daily update on my view count, I've only had 2 updates in the past 7 days, and only 2 of them were consecutive. And whereas a week ago I could say with confidence that during November I was averaging 761 views a day. Month before that, October, I averaged 770 views per day, so I was generally on a bit of a slight downslide. But the only 2 consecutive days on view counts that have showed this week, there was a 2,000 view in 24 hours bump. Okay, interesting. I think it had gone up 3,500 in 3 days, and then the next day went up 2,000. So perhaps I'm getting interrupted view counts because there's been an actual spike, and if there's been an actual spike, the software sometimes doesn't believe it, so they go out there looking for bots. And when you're running a channel from a mobile phone, you don't get to see much in the way of statistics anyway. That's why in the morning I write down the 3 figures that actually kind of matter. How many subscribers there are today, how many channel views there are today, how many movie views there are on the first video I put on YouTube, which is hosted on my daughter's channel. She doesn't promote it. In fact, she's got a link there, so anybody who goes there gets shunted back to my channel. But every now and then somebody does watch her copy. So here I sit in what most of the world calls the Antipodes, and I'm watching my YouTube trending feed and news feed, and I see that Casey Neistat has stopped vlogging. I mean, that bloke could put up a vlog and be guaranteed of 500,000 views within a couple of hours. He's going to stop, well, he has stopped vlogging. Possibly because he was doing a really, really stupid thing with quadcopters. Like flying them in the middle of New York City, in among the concrete canyons, and losing signal, and having his brand new $4,000 drone that's been lent to him for a test drive fly off into bloody nowhere. Maybe it crashed in a building, maybe it crashed in the water, maybe it landed on somebody's head, maybe it hung up in the power line and blacked out an apartment block. Nobody knows. And the idiot posted that on YouTube. And the quadcopter community has been going steadily from upset to angry to cranky to fulminating to fucking ballistic about Casey Neistat. And Bruce Simpson, the venerable ex-jet/RC model reviews over in Kiwi land. He's actually an emu, an expatriate emu, but he lives in Kiwi land. He made a video about Casey Neistat and put it up there and challenged the American Federal Aviation Administration to get off their ass and fix it. And within weeks, Casey Neistat stopped vlogging. But apparently Phil DeFranco's thinking of leaving YouTube. PewDiePie, the most successful YouTuber in the history of YouTuberosity, he reckons when he gets to 50 million subscribers he's going to quit because YouTube has just made some change to the format, and as a result of this change to the format he's noticed a dramatic reduction in his number of views. So he's not getting promoted to the masses the way he used to be getting promoted. Even though he's got the views, he's got the subscribers, people have been paying to advertise. Very good friend of mine, Laura Lee La in Cornwall in England. Shout out to Laura Leela, how you going? I hope you're feeling better. Laura Leela made a video last couple of days called just Google. And what she says is the same thing's happening to her, and she's on no way the scale of YouTuberosity that PewDiePie is, but you know, she has got a video up there with 50 million views on it. You know, I trail in her dust cloud tumbling. My most popular video's got 230,000 views. So why is it that somebody like me, who doesn't have a particularly themed channel, I post on all manner of things. I think I've got 15 or 17 playlists, 5 of them on wildlife, and the rest are on just things that I like to rave on about, rant on about. The only really formulaic thing that I do is I try to post videos of kangaroos and swamp wallabies around about once a week, you know, one of each. If something really interesting happens involving birds or snakes, I put that up. If anything else interesting happens around the endangered species sanctuary, I'll put that up. And I express political opinions and environmental opinions. And every week I broadcast ABC Radio National's Outsiders program, plus the First Dog on the Moon sort of cartoon caricature comedy review of the week's politics in Australia. And I rant, and you know, okay, so every Sunday morning I'm going to record that and broadcast it. They're really the only ritual formulaic aspects to my channel. So it's really kind of, it's a mystery to me. Everybody else is saying that YouTube is shutting them out. Most of my movies I don't even put tags on. Somehow, as well as people putting a couple of my movies on forums, Boomerang Aerophysics, that's on a Boomerang forum. I think the Boomerang Carving Stone might be on another one. Cut Tree Bleeds Bright Red with a Pulse. God knows who's got that on their forum. Probably End of the World Millennialists. The Ultimate Illegal Research, Permanent Magnets Banned, Alternative Energy Forbidden. Well, that's got the most glorious clickbaity title I could think of at the time, to take advantage of the fact that the New South Wales government did actually ban small, powerful, permanent magnets because babies were swallowing them. So it serves as a catching net to funnel people to my channel. But I did notice another thing the other day, really interesting thing. Garriott in Mendham showed up in my feed. I'm sure some of you are familiar with Garriott in Mendham. He lives in a tumble down house in a little bit of an overgrown block of ground in Mendham, New Jersey. And he was an antinatalist and now he's an ephalist. And he sort of went through a phase where he hated my guts with a passion, and we had a couple of, you know, little flame wars. And he had a computer the size of a house, and I had a mobile phone, and I could only upload 15 minutes. And he'd upload 4 hours of videos in one day saying what a nasty man he thought I was. One of his videos came up ranting about me, one I haven't seen. It's got 1.4 million views. He's made probably $400 or $500 in AdSense revenue just out of that one video, telling people what an arsehole he thinks I am, and then he foams at the mouth and tears his hair out and bites pieces out of the carpet and convinces everybody who watches it that I must be a pretty good bloke to have given anybody like him such a case of the shits. So I think that may be one of the things that's also acting as a catching net, you know? 1.4 million people being told that a dickhead thinks I'm an idiot. So they come and have a look and find I'm not too bad. And then I had a pet dedicated troll for a couple of months, and I crunched the numbers and found that they'd put my view count and my sub count up as well. Right, 3.2 standard drinks. So, as strange as it may sound, my tip for defeating whatever it is that Google is doing to YouTube to knock off the big popular channels is run it off a mobile phone and do not be monetized. Because that's what's working for me, and it's pushing my view count and sub counts up. And also, everybody must get stoned. as stoned as a crow, if you get what I mean. Ciao.